Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to change what's normally a non-replaceable air bleed. These are not the threaded in type that you can unscrew and change. So what you need is a nice sharp little drywall screw like that. And you want to lightly screw that into the air bleed. Just enough to get a decent grip on it. Okay, and then once that screw is set in there, what I do is I use a pair of needle nose pliers, and I grab a hold of the shaft of the screw and use the carburetor to pry up. My screw came out. Needs to be in there just a little bit firmer. Okay, we'll try this again. And the reason I use the carburetor edge to pry up on it is because I don't want anything flinging wildly when I do that. Now if you look, that air bleed is on the end of the screw. Okay, next is to put the new one in. Okay, now putting the new one in is not so bad. These are the high-speed air bleeds, which you see I have both of them out now. And the outer ones are the low-speed air bleeds. Not really sure why they would have low-speed air bleeds on the secondaries, but what happened was I was resizing the air bleeds to get just a number or two leaner on my wide open throttle. It was running around the 10 range or so, and I'd like to get it up around 12 at wide open throttle. Anyway, how I do this is I put the air bleed on a little tiny drill bit, and then I start that drill bit down into the hole, and it stops. The drill bit stops when it gets down in there a little ways, and you've got it like that. This is how I make sure I don't drop it down in the carburetor. Okay, once that's there, I use my screwdriver, my nasty little screwdriver, and I just guide that air bleed down in there like that, and then take the drill bit out. And then press that down in there the rest of the way, just like that. And we'll get the other one here. And we'll start our drill bit down into the hole, let it bottom out. So now it's just sitting there loose, but it's got that jet captured, so it can't go anywhere. And then I line up the jet with the hole and press it down in just like that, and pull the drill bit out. And there we go, they're both in there. Now, usually what I would do is I would take something like maybe this Phillips screwdriver and push down on both of them just to make sure they're seated all the way. And there we go, all done. Now what happened one day was I pulled one of these out with that screw and got a hold of it with a pair of hemostats while it was on here to take the screw out of it, and it snapped off the end of the screw and out of the hemostats at the same time and went down in the gravel underneath the car. Well, I looked for it for a while, finally just gave up and ordered new ones. It wasn't too bad. It was $10 for 4 of them. And now we're all set. And all it takes now is a little test driving to see if we got it. I may have to pull them back out and drill them a little bit, but we'll see.